Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? Of course, my name is Kent. Channel is EOS San Diego. Thought I'd change up the streets here tonight. I'm one street over than where I usually shoot these videos at. And I don't even know what street it is. Is this, that was State Street. This may be, I'll walk down and tell you in a second if you're familiar with this area. Because I don't know streets very well. I've never been a street person. I kind of always know where things are at by, it's over by McDonald's, or it's over by Burger King or something like that. I never remember street addresses very well, but anyway, I'm one street over and I'm going to let you know before the end of the video where I'm at. So what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about smart contracts, because that's what makes a blockchain so special, is a smart contract. And a guy, I think his name is Nick Szabo, who was a lawyer, was a guy that kind of invented smart contracts. And smart contracts are really the wave of the future. Not only are they the wave of the future, they're actually a necessity for the future. Smart contracts are to the future what cryptocurrency is to transactions. Without smart contracts, you can't build a foundation on a blockchain. You can't build something on a blockchain that has a lot of ways for people to utilize the technology without a smart contract. And we know, because we are building smart contracts. And what a smart contract really is, and I'm going to just tell you really quickly what it is. It's something on the blockchain. It's written in code. It is distributed, which means it's in a number of different places. So it's like having a contract, a written contract, that is with a number of different people, maybe in your safety deposit box, and maybe with your lawyer, maybe with a few other people, but it's in a number of places. That's the way a distributed a smart contract is. Second thing about the distributed contract or the smart contract is it's immutable, which means it can't be changed. So you can't go back and somebody get a hold of the contract and rewrite it or change something in the contract. It's immutable. It's written on the blockchain. It's written in code, and it's written on a computer server, and it's there forever, and it's distributed in other different places. And this makes it, that's why it's so necessary for today's world. Anybody that knows much about contracts knows that contracts are very unenforceable, especially if you write a contract with somebody that doesn't care about the law and doesn't care about trying to do the right thing. Contracts are literally worthless. The other thing about a contract is very difficult to enforce a contract if you want to go through a court system. Court systems are backed up, they're clogged. Takes forever to get to court. I think here in San Diego, if you want to bring a civil case forward, you're probably 2 years waiting. And lucky if you get a judge to pay attention to what it is the case is about. Our legal system is completely overburdened. Our legal system has way too much problems, way too many people that their cases are filed, and then once they're filed, it takes forever to get to court. Then once it gets to court, it's very, very expensive. And then to find a judge that really wants to sit down and take the time to sort through the details and the minor issues and figure out what's going on. Very, 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 very hard to do. Very hard to do in this day. And very expensive to do. That's why smart contracts are so necessary, because you need a simple way to put some logic someplace where everybody has to have some duty to the contract, some logic, some place where somebody has some obligation to the contract. It can't just be break the contract and then hope, and then never get taken to court because the courts are burdened, or even if you get before a judge that, really doesn't sit down and even read the case. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you something very, very big. There's a lot of people right now that are sitting in prison right now because of our legal system. And I'll tell you why. You have a criminal case against you, and usually a prosecutor will overcharge you for whatever crime you did. So they'll overcharge you. So if you did something, who cares what it is you did, you're probably going to get charged with more crime than you actually committed, because that's the way the system works. And then once you come to trial, rather than go through an expensive court case, they'll just say, why don't you make a plea agreement? So you may plea, I'm actually on Roosevelt Street. So you may have to plead to crimes that you didn't commit, just so you don't have to go to trial, or basically so you don't have to go wait for trial. Then if you go to trial and you go to trial on something, get convicted. So you just basically get overcharged, and then you got a prosecutor there that's ready to throw the book at you, that has a lot of political ambitions, and then you have a defense attorney. If you don't have a lot of money, you have a defense attorney who has a lot of other people he's got to defend in court. So he's overburdened, he or she is overburdened, doesn't have a lot of time for your case. So they go to court and they say, just plead to something here, and we'll get this over with, and maybe you'll serve a year or 2 or 3, but at least better than the 10 or 15 you got charged with. So that's happening a lot. And the reason is because the people just don't have time to sit down and figure out all these problems that we're all going through, or whatever problem happened. If you're in a criminal case and you get charged for something, yeah. I mean, this is the way the system's working today. And this is why I'm saying it's so necessary to have something like a smart contract. Something already written up, not necessarily in a criminal case. That was kind of a sidebar, the whole criminal thing. But I'm just saying that there's an overburdened system, a legal system that doesn't work very well, just like a currency system that doesn't work very well, just like a banking system that doesn't work very well. We have a legal system that doesn't work very well, and it's overburdened, has way too many problems and not enough resources. The way to solve a lot of these problems and resources is with a smart contract. Smart contract is simply logic written in code, put on a blockchain that can't be changed, and it's in a number of different places. So that's what it is, and that's why we need it, and that's why it is the future, because we need smart contracts. We need more smart contracts. And that's what we're doing with the challenge application. We're building smart contracts. Everything that we do, every part of our what we're doing on the blockchain with the challenge application has to be written in code, and there has to be a contract that allows two parties to have some sort of a negotiation deal, and then have that negotiating deal be put in a blockchain, and then have when it's triggered by the GPS location, then your reward is automatically given to you without anybody doing that manually. It's all done automatically on the blockchain. That's what we need. We need the blockchain to take care of a lot of problems, a lot of transactional problems in this world today. That's basically what I'm trying to say. We need a blockchain to take care of a lot of transactional problems. We need smart contracts written on a blockchain that can't be changed in a number of different places. This is the future. This is why this is important. This is what we need. We need this. As much as we need a fast currency that trades around the world without barriers or without any kind of regulation, that doesn't have any problems with being as far as fees are concerned, and this other problem. We need that. Smart contracts are also going to save people a lot of money. You know how much money it takes to sit down and get someone to write a good contract for you? Very, very expensive. So good contracts or smart contracts can be put on the line. They can be used in a number of different situations. They can be used in countless transactions that can all be written up as one smart contract. All can be done very simply. And the other thing about a smart contract is it can be updated. You know, when something needs to be adjusted or work better, it can be done very easily on the internet or on the blockchain with the code. So anyway, smart contracts are very, very important. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.